Pedro Acosta's very impressive debut in the first two races of 2024, particularly his balls-out overtaking of Marc Marquez, got everyone saying it's one of the greatest debuts ever. Was it, I thought? So that got me thinking, who is the greatest MotoGP rookie ever? Although the official Grand Prix Motorcycle World Championship started in 1949, recognition for the top newcomer or rookie is a more recent concept. The MotoGP Rookie of the Year award started in 2002 and officially made it something for which the winner got a nice trophy. However, some of the greatest debutants were from the pre-MotoGP era, so let's have a look at some of the most exciting, best performed rookies throughout the World Championship history. Technically, everyone was a World Championship rookie in the first season, 1949, so naturally, the most impressive would have been the champion, Leslie Graham. In 1950, Jeff Duke won his first 500cc classic start, the Isle of Man TT, and triumphed again in the Ulster and Italian Grand Prix. However, he missed the championship by 1 point to Gilera's flamboyant Umberto Massetti, who won in Belgium and the Netherlands. Massetti was in his first full season as a Works 500 GP rider with 4-cylinder machines, so he too might be considered a full rookie. The next candidate, John Surtees, rode an MV Agusta in 1956 with immediate success. At 22, he claimed the championship at his first attempt, winning at the Isle of Man, Assen and Spa-Francorchamps before breaking an arm at Solitude in Germany. England again provided the standout rookie in 1961, with 21-year-old Mike Hailwood riding private Nortons for most of the year. Hailwood was on the podium in all but one of the 9 GPs he contested. His full season read 4th at Hockenheim, 2nd at Clermont-Ferrand, 1st at the TT, 2nd at Assen, Spa-Francorchamps and Dunrod, victory at Monza in his debut for MV Agusta, and 2nd in the Swedish Grand Prix to MV teammate and 1961 champion Gary Hocking. These top rookies, Duke, Surtees and Hailwood, became multiple champions. The most successful and coolest 500 racer of them all, Giacomo Agostini, made his 500 debut of MV in 1965, teammate to Hailwood. He ended the season with his maiden 500 victory in Finland and finished 2nd in the championship to the now 4-time 500 champion Hailwood at Monza. I still think Ago is the coolest dude on the grid by a long way. The next stunning rookie was Jarno Saarinen in 1973. He won the first two 500 GPs he contested in France and Austria. He retired after setting the fastest lap in the third round at Hockenheim with a broken drive chain. It was the last 500 GP that he started as he tragically was killed at the Nations Grand Prix of Monza. Saarinen is generally attributed as the originator of the knee-down style. The way he made his rear tyre slide in the turns influenced future world champion Kenny Roberts when he witnessed Saarinen during the race at the Ontario Motor Speedway in 1972. Now it was the turn of the Americans. As a private entrant on a Suzuki RG500, Pat Hennon won a Grand Prix and finished 3rd in the 1976 season. Steve Baker, a Works Yamaha rider, was parachuted into the 1977 series and finished 2nd to Suzuki's Barry Sheene. Kenny Roberts arrived and conquered all in his first season in 1978, winning 4 races and crucially taking podium positions at 2 circuits that were way outside his comfort zone, Spa-Francorchamps in the wet and the 22-kilometre Nürburgring. Fellow Californian Randy Mamola rode a 500 in Europe in the latter part of 1979 before joining the Suzuki team full-time in 1980 and pushing Roberts to the last round of the series. He scored his maiden GP victory at Zolder, the only time it was used for the Belgian Motorcycle Grand Prix. 1982 and Freddie Spencer's first full year in GP were impressive. He finished on the podium in his first race and then won his 7th at Spa. The following year he pushed Roberts all the way, winning the championship is what is regarded as one of the greatest title fights in history. Fierce title rivals Kevin Schwantz and Ryan Rainey claimed to be the top rookies in 1988. Schwantz won twice in the first 6 races and Rainey finished 3rd in the championship with 1 victory. It was a few years before any first-timers made a significant impact again, but that was in 1993 when double 250 world champion Luca Cadalora moved up full-time into the 500 class. He started the season steadily but ended it strongly, winning 2 of the last 5 races. Max Biaggi was the next standout rookie. In 1998 he won his first 500 GP start at Suzuka and finished the year 2nd overall to Mick Doohan. Incidentally, Max also won his first ever World Superbike race in 2007, making him the only person ever to win on their debut in both classes. 2 years later, Valentino Rossi made his much anticipated debut. He crashed at the first 2 races, but thereafter he won 2 races and finished 2nd to Kenny Roberts Jr. in the title. Rossi turned out to be pretty decent, didn't he? In 2003, the Rookie of the Year award was a close race between Honda's Nicky Hayden and Ducati's Troy Bayliss, with Nicky coming out on top. Mr. Nice Guy Danny Pedrosa was the top rookie of 2006. Critics wondered whether his small stature would be suited to the 990 bikes, but he proved them wrong, finishing second in his first GP at Jerez and then winning his fourth race in China. That year wasn't perfect, however, as many will recall him skittling teammate Nicky Hayden at Estoril in the second to last round, jeopardising Nicky's championship chances. With the grace and class we all came to love with Nicky, he immediately forgave Danny for his mistake and thankfully went on to win the championship in Valencia. The same year, Casey Stoner graduated from GP and was also a notable rookie. Riding a satellite Honda, he qualified fastest at his second Premier Class meeting in Qatar and went within 0.2 seconds of winning his third start in Turkey. Jorge Lorenzo arrived like the wind in 2008 with stunning qualifying performances, and he won only as his third start. In doing so, he became the youngest rider in MotoGP to finish on the podium in his first 3 races, taking the record from compatriot and rival Dani Pedrosa by a single day. However, he also learned that a high side from a MotoGP bike hurts, which you can learn more about in my video about the 800 era. In 2013, a young Spanish lad called Marc Marquez joined the big boys in MotoGP, immediately blowing them away. He started with a podium finish in Qatar. In the second round of the championship at the new circuit of Americas in Texas, Marquez beat his teammate Dani Pedrosa. He became the youngest ever MotoGP race winner at 20 years, 63 days, beating Freddie Spencer's 30-year-old record. It was a remarkable season. Out of the 18 races that year, he won 6, had 10 further podiums, crashed out of one and was disqualified from the other. 16 podiums from 18 races in your first season is truly astonishing. Since then, the only other debutant winners have been Brad Binder in 2020 and Jorge Martin in 2021, both winning their races in impressive style. The only other standout rookie for me was Fabio Quartararo in 2019, battling like crazy with Marc Marquez, finishing second 5 times that year. So, after that list of the best riders we've ever seen, who is my pick for the best rookie performer? It's a really tough one for me, but I'm going to go for King Kenny over Marquez. I know Marc Marquez was the first rookie to win the Premier Class World Motorcycle Championship since Kenny Roberts in 1978. And yes, both won in epic seasons where the battle went down to the final race. However, Kenny came to the top by a completely different route than anyone else in history. He had come from the AMA Grand National Championship, mainly dirt track racing with some road racing. He wasn't even that good at road racing, and it was only after watching Saarinen that Kenny changed his style and felt more comfortable on the bike. He extended his bother further to become the first rider to touch the track with his knee, transforming his road racing performance. Apart from the AMA Championship, the major road races he competed in were the Daytona 200 and the Transatlantic match races on the 4-stroke 750s. He did this for 3 years until at the end of 1977 the lack of power in the flat track Yamaha led Yamaha to propose racing in Europe in the World Championship. Roberts said that he was initially indifferent about competing in Europe, but when he read that Barry Sheene had labelled him as not a threat, he decided to compete and take Barry on. That would be the start of a legendary rivalry. He started in 1978 with second string Yamaha 500 machinery and had to master 10 new circuits and a completely different style from the US racing scene. A mechanical failure prevented him from starting the first race. Still, he finished second in the next race and won the following 3. Crucially, he won a chaotic rain-affected race in England ahead of Sheene, who finished third. He won the championship by finishing third again at the daunting Nürburgring of all places. Oh, and by the way, he also competed in the 250cc simultaneously, ending fourth in the championship. So there you have it. Although Marc Marquez reset the bar for riding a MotoGP machine in 2013, Roberts turned the 500GP technique upside down, which for me is why he's the greatest rookie in MotoGP history.